sounded less like Seth Rollins and more like Drew McIntyre.
Five AEW stars Seth Rollins needs to face before he retires. Seth Rollins has been a mainstay in WWE for a long time. The Visionary has been a main event player ever since he became a major hit after the Shield's debut. Seth has accomplished almost everything in WWE and has fought nearly everyone inside the ring. Addressing his retirement on Chris Van Vliet's Inside podcast recently, Rollins stated that he still has a couple of years left in him. According to the 38-year-old, his schedule is not as hectic as it used to be. Hence, he has planned to give a couple more years to his profession before he completely shifts his focus to spending time with his family. While the Visionary has faced nearly everyone in WWE, there are some people in AEW he should lock horns with once before he walks off into the sunset. Here are 5 AEW stars who Seth Rollins needs to face before he hangs up his wrestling boots. Seth Rollins' former Shield brother Jon Moxley, FK Dean Ambrose. Jon Moxley, FK Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins share a lot of history. They came into the main roster together as a part of the Shield. They had a fantastic ride with Roman Reigns until Rollins became ambitious and stabbed his brothers in the back. While the betrayal was tough on both Reigns and the erstwhile Dean Ambrose, the purveyor of violence had a harder time dealing with it, which is why he started resenting Rollins a lot more. The OTC was on his quest to become world champion, while the erstwhile Ambrose kept thinking about how to seek revenge on the Messiah. The former stablemates later feuded and had numerous matches. However, they haven't faced each other since Moxley departed from WWE. It will be incredibly unfair if Seth retires without having one last match with his former Shield brother. While the betrayal was tough on both Reigns and the erstwhile Dean Ambrose, the purveyor of violence had a harder time dealing with it, which is why he started resenting Rollins a lot more. The OTC was on his quest to become world champion, while the erstwhile Ambrose kept thinking about how to seek revenge on the Messiah. The former stablemates later feuded and had numerous matches. However, they haven't faced each other since Moxley departed from WWE. It will be incredibly unfair if Seth retires without having one last match with his former Shield brother. Seth Rollins is currently a babyface in WWE, but he made himself a main event player in the promotion during his stint as a heel. If the Visionary had never turned heel and attacked his Shield brothers, it's hard to imagine what his career trajectory might have been. Therefore, it would not be an overstatement to say he is one of the best heels in the wrestling business. Another person who has made a name for himself by playing a negative character over the years is AEW's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. The Wolf of Wrestling is so good at playing heel that he often blurs the line between kayfabe and reality. An in-ring encounter between two of the best heels in the business is bound to bring a crazy level of excitement and thrill. At WWE Stomping Grounds in 2019, Seth Rollins faced Baron Corbin in a no-countout, no DQ match for the Universal title. However, the match proved to be a disappointing affair. To defend himself and the match, the Visionary took to X, Twitter, to proclaim himself as the best wrestler alive and dared anyone to prove him wrong. The post caught Will Ospreay's attention. The aerial assassin replied that he'd wrestled more matches than Seth in 2019. This led to the beginning of an online war between the two stars. The two exchanged nasty blows online, but the beef eventually settled down after some time. They even acknowledged each other later. Rollins later stated that the aerial assassin is one of the best in the business, and vice versa. A match between these two stars has the potential to blow the roof off the arena. Kenny Omega. Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega are top stars in their respective promotions. They worked together in Ring of Honor for a short period in the past. The two stars have nothing but respect for each other. In December 2022, the Cleaner praised the Revolutionary and declared the latter a future Hall of Famer. Meanwhile, in December 2018, Seth alluded to the AEW star as one of the best wrestlers in the world and expressed his interest in facing the Best Bout Machine during an interview with the show on Rock 105.3. Seth Rollins and Buddy Matthews, FK Buddy Murphy, were tag team partners in WWE in 2020. They even won the Raw Tag Team Championship that year. However, the unlikely alliance ended in October 2020 after the erstwhile Buddy Murphy attacked the Revolutionary. In May 2023, Seth Rollins recreated Shawn Michaels and Melina's hilarious ringside moment with Buddy's real-life partner, Rhea Ripley. There are no hard feelings between the two stars, but fans would still love to see them battle inside the ring. Drew McIntyre's attempt to injure Seth Rollins foiled by former champion. However, since this feud, Sami has been looking forward to the Royal Rumble, and he even had a little chat with Seth Rollins about it tonight on Raw. On the other hand, the Visionary got pulled back into a feud with Drew McIntyre after their confrontation last week. They both faced off in the main event of the Red Brand tonight. Seth Rollins picked up the win with the roll-up, which didn't sit right with Drew, who attacked him after the match. He placed Rollins' head near the ring post, and when it looked like he was about to do something drastic, former Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn came out to make the save and thwart the Scottish Warriors' plan. It will be interesting to see if Drew McIntyre will target Sami Zayn next for tonight's interference. Former WWE Champion to become the reason for Seth Rollins' possible heel turn on Raw. Potential angle explored. Seth Rollins is set to face Drew McIntyre in a high-voltage clash tonight on Monday Night Raw. The Visionary has an opportunity to seek revenge from McIntyre for his WrestleMania XL loss. However, he also appears to be in the midst of a likely character transition. Tonight could be the night when Rollins finally unleashes his demons due to a former WWE Champion's actions. That CM Punk could be the catalyst for the Architect as heel turn on Raw. He is rumored to interfere in the match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre tonight. If it happens, it would likely infuriate both superstars, leaving them wanting revenge. As a result, the Visionary could join forces with the Scottish Warrior to destroy Punk, who happens to be their common enemy. Both superstars could unleash havoc on the 46-year-old. Such an act would draw a lot of heat against Rollins, only to prompt his heel turn in the process. Both Drew and Seth have had serious issues with CM Punk for a long time. Given their mutual disdain for Punk, it would only make sense for them to come under the same banner to take down their common foe. The Best in the World took a dig at the upcoming match between his two bitter rivals. He shared the official poster of Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre on his Instagram story while calling it a 5-star match for the Divas Championship. Therefore, there is a good chance that Punk could interfere in this blockbuster match on Raw, causing the former Shield member to snap and embrace his dark side once again. WWE has been teasing Rollins' heel turn for quite some time now. Will the company pull the trigger tonight? It remains to be seen. Seth Rollins to exact revenge on CM Punk at Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins and CM Punk have been at loggerheads.